Good. Good evening. My name is Daniel Moreno. I am the student in the University of UNED. This work is based career of the promote career work as well the conversation and understanding that we will have about what the other classmates are going or points of view related to the uses doctorate. Well, um, in first, I think that international learning has also become generally said. The various opportunities have improved since they not only provide education and work, but also provided uh, greater spaces and with greater opportunities. Sorry, than in their countries of origin. Uh, these works will be based on the feedback given by the other members of the group, in which we'll see topics related to the learning about in addition to see some difficult anxieties and opportunities offered by this type of learning. Well, uh, in first place, who would like to start talking?
Thank you, Daniel. I like to start with this panel. My name is Alejandro Miranda, and I have a topic. My main topic is teaching for understanding the year abroad, thoughts on foresting and reflective learning. This topic means a reflective teaching, no, not teaching. It means many, the most of the students have many expectations about to go abroad and to study English. It means that they have not only to study to develop intercultural competence, but intercultural learning. This topic says to the teachers how can they to prepare the students to face those goals, those how to develop that competence, and then uh, the first they must to develop is a social competence, and it is made through the reflective experiences from the student that have been abroad before. The main subject of this topic is to say to the teacher how they can prepare a curriculum to prepare the students, and uh, to say them what they must learn there and how can they learn it. When they analyze the surveys of the student that had been abroad before, they can analyze the problem that they face there and how they affront them, and mm, how can they take advantage of those experiences for to have a better learning experience. This curriculum is prepared before they go abroad, and it must clearly show them how can they to prepare some strategies. They must they must develop a self-confident preparing their strategies, just as the multimedia tools and the social encounters with their field of their classmates to to understand not only what they learn as person, but how can they use what they are learning in their own lives. I guess the understanding of the year abroad is focused on to know what people lived before and without basis avoid the problems that they face there. I guess is what I research for this topic. I would like if some of you can complement this idea.
Okay.
Okay, Alejandro, very interesting that you say. I would like to say something about your topic, teaching for understanding the year abroad. In my opinion of view, the role of the teacher is very important in this student's process. For this reason, the teacher must create a curriculum to help promote several self-reflective students while abroad, while at the same time fostering in the students the ability to recognize work process, should also analyze the current curriculum to establish what works and what doesn't. Determine why students are not maximize their time during learning abroad and what are the obstacles to their learn experience while abroad. To take advance of previous reach on teaching and learning using in an interacting knowledge, teach about self-regulation. Your subject is very interesting for me, and your contribution too.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, so I would like to give my opinion about this topic. And really, I think it is a very interesting topic, like our classmate says, because I think many people, when they are going to study in other countries, they need to be reflected about what they are going to learn, and they need to have to account something important like some concept, sorry, about respect, about the anxiety, because many people, when they are going to study in other country, they think that it's going to be easily, but it's not as well. Students has to be prepared to to inform or to face everything that is going to face in these countries. So um, I would like to continue with my topic. Um, is is very similar or have some content connect, sorry, with this topic. Is about some programs that is great for it's great for people mobility in other countries. So the topic is teacher candidates opinion on Erasmus student exchange program. Okay, so in this program, as you know, if you read the document, is European Region Action Scheme for the Mobility on University students. Um, I think this program was created in 1987, and the idea to create this program is people or a student can go and study in other countries to get us to study in other countries and be more prepared for be good professionals. So many countries have the idea to implement this program for be better and help students to improve some abilities. In this story, so I would like to talk about a person who to speak about something, and he says, I would like I would like say that in his experience or in his experience there, they say that it's very important because it was very happy for him because he could get good opportunities there. He could get the other language and he could learn more than in his own country. So it's very important the opinion on this program, Erasmus, because Erasmus is is for many countries in European mobility to get students for other countries and be leaders in the language and another areas on the knowledge.
Well,
Okay.
uh,
Okay, partner.
you have a great point about the foreign language. Um, for my part, my subject, despite being related to the uses of learning abroad, focus more on the United States and the difficulties that had been encountered since the beginning of the President Trump government. Related to this topic, given be, by me other three partners, I believe that the dream of each person who is learning a new language and or who is for a short time in the other countries is to feel accepted by the others, that this help to make the learning process more effective. Sorry. With the laws in the United States, with the laws of the President Trump immigration program, have have sorry, I lost have done have become much more difficult. Than before, since the Trump candidacy emphasizes getting out immigrants of the country. For the reason, uh, he closed DACA. DACA is a group that was entity that helped the immigrants stay in the country, given the same benefits at the reason of this. It's a good point. For my part, in my topic, in the first place, it's most Bill sent the president from decision about the deportation and the restriction of the immigrants in the United States was something that was already premeditated with that immigrations themselves, we consider it to be the president's Trump. It will be better not a study in the United States. Since they will not accept it in the same way, uh, most of the students decide to study uh, in the universities in the United States of near of the United States because of the opportunities that the USA offered not only in the education field but also in the physical field, better the condition in the terms of health and quality of life. For some immigrants, for some immigrants, students' education in the United States and USA was a goal to help them to take in account the era of the way that have maximum education and that's something new called being in that country. Uh, Moving away from the life where they lost where they lived. So many of the students and working immigrants talk about the precious they are a job or education like this in these countries. Uh, where they come from, the why and other of the foreign um, a student says that education in the country helps them help better jobs in their home countries. Uh, what immigrants want is enjoy peaceful spaces or better town they have in their home countries, learning more about of the culture of the USA. Many of the town want to have permanent stay, while others want to learn about the country and share with knowledge in their countries what a life and in the state. Um, the historical stated that the Trump new laws against immigrants is would be very difficult for them have jobs after graduate from their respective careers. Many of them expressed concern about the discrimination want it to hide a job saying it did know if they were going to give priority to the American over them. In addition to discrimination in their own communities, this is concern that is generated even before entering the country, saying many people go against immigration. Uh, I think it's all for my part. Uh, some have feedback about this.
Okay, so I would like to to give my opinion about your topics. The President Trump in 2017 he decided to quite strong for older students who were immigrants. So many students or foreign students first Trump because the xenophobic weight in this moment is very hard in many of the universities is is first because many students don't want to study in this country. In an article posted by El Tiempo in 2018, says that business school concerns about the loss on students due to the xenophobic way, as I mentioned before, and at the same time, it say that the 75% of the United States business university have seen how the application of foreign students to course their program in the master degree for these reasons.
Okay.
Okay, for honest,
Uh,
I
I would
have
like in this
a
opportunity.
contribution.
I would
uh,
like to point of view of Dainer about teacher candidates' opinion of Erasmus student exchange program. I think the opinions are really good because the learning of students abroad is really good, interesting, and meaningful for their elites. It's good to keep in mind that Erasmus is the European Union program that support projects, association, mobilize activities and initiatives related to education, the training, job and sports. This program valid for the 2014 and 2020 period offer opportunities for economic aid to cooperation of all of states, both between European countries and between Europeans and associated countries for all regions for the world. I consider that is the moment of to give you my opinion of my subject, learning mobility exchange program in high school as part of transnational mobility. The exchange of German schools. These students arrive in other countries and receive a tour app, them families and take them. They are boys between 15 and 18 years old. Long-term programs last between 6 and 12 months. The short terms one are the less than 4 weeks. Thus the intermediate term is from the 1 to 6 months. This exchange is that from that country at students comes that the country goes another student in an opportunity of interculturality to develop of personal skills. The living they learn this exchange are made through agencies in German, there are several some change money and another. Historically, the first enjoys were 90 for 1945 with USA and 1918. The exchange was increased, and in this way, it's going to increase every time. In this now participate in this exchange such as Great Britain, Canada, New Zealand, and Australia, Latin America, and Western Europe, um, and high school exchange uh, is elite per nom, secondary exchange an elite pronoun the German school system in primary school 4 years ago. Then high school they do 4 to 9 and basic things are 12 grades. 9 to 13 is something like specialization. Few students can access and exchange. These formats include these interchanges and likely be found or some areas. Transnational of society, transnational reference to the discussion and extension of social, political, economic process in between beyond the society on national states. Uh, and my in my case, I don't had this opportunity for exchange, and I would like that maybe in the future, uh, is probably.
Okay.
Well, I would
Did
like
you take
to give a point of view about the having a native foreign in the process of learning. Well, as we want to learn a new language, we want our process to be pleasant. We see that we can use improve the mastery of the language. Having native conversation parent is a good help in our process. Sign it not only help you learning new things, it is does not correct use it what we are making mistakes. It was use understand the language in a more dynamic way since we are contact with the language is more direct. Why besides that it encourage communication and they improve of the pronunciation they are also guidelines and motivation because feeling the support of the another person towards what we don't make us more confident learning is all of my part about this topic. Um, um, some make a contribution about of this topic or of this one.
Okay, I have not a contribution for the topic made by Julie because for me it was very clear. But I want to gather all the topics and to create a conclusion for myself. The conclusion for myself is the importance of these kind of programs for the students around the world, not only for our country, Colombia, but for all the countries around the world. These programs give a very great opportunity to learn a new language in another country. As Jenner says, I thought Jenner said something very important about the Erasmus program because these programs not only that give the opportunity to go abroad, but these programs made assess made excuse me, I want to read literally what I learned here. Here says these kind of programs prepare the universities to have a good balance between the demand and the uh, between guarantee the quality of the standard student exchange programs and this made a balance between what they need and what they have to work on. And this program assess the results of the students abroad. And then, according to what Julie says, these mobility programs, exchange programs, give to the students, the young students, the opportunity to prepare themselves for a new experience abroad. And as Daniel says, it's a problem when exists a person who don't let the people to have that opportunity because they are xenophobic. It's very,
It's
very
very
bad when
um,
when a person. But I guess those programs are terrific, are wonderful for students nowadays.
okay.
Yeah, so according to our classmate Yuli about the high school exchange mobility, there are a lot of programs that is great for that. One example on that is National Education Travel. This is company or program is a company that let students go to the study in Germany, in France, in United States. In the interchange, it's not so hard to get these opportunities.
Okay. What point? Uh, and
Okay.
some have an opinion before that.
Partners, I have a contribution about the topic, Daniel. I agree with you that immigrants from other countries immigrate to United States in search of a better life opportunity. However, the situation at that time could not give rise to all the people who immigrate, as time has passed in profit, but it's also true that there is still not enough opportunity for work and study in this country. It's important to also highlight the learning of a new language is complicated for the people who have not had a direct deal with the language. So the help of a native with sign language while we understand words and being the let go with a language. It is complicated but very substantial in terms of learning. It's complicated but very substantial in terms culture and people. New place, the work is very good.
Well, you have a
Uh,
good points.
and to
Follow.
finish, for this work, my topic is um, effectiveness of having a native language partner. Describe analyze of language exchange programs. It's known to all what the new learning strategies have helped and increased. The level of English is the institutions. So, but it's also important to note that we still lack the need to increase the level of future science, although we have improved. It's relatively low. This is why the provision of experience that will expose students to the target language outside the classroom and the ways in which their skills and no language are cured in that context were successful in teaching and learning in class has been implemented. Even non-native teachers believe that native speakers are superior in all macro skills of a language. Other parties also argue that this native speaker ideal is the result of a overall ability of native speakers to ignore items in language. And the teaching approach of communicative language itself, which are based to native speakers and endpoint.
Okay. You have a
Eh,
good points. You follow talking or not?
uh, for finish the report, it's important to highlight that both native and non-native students have their own particularities that can complement each other learning. Although we try to get the students to learning a foreign language with real life experience, we can say that the interaction between native and non-native are common in many situations. Therefore, addressing classes with native students will be a way to increase the English of all students in a exorbitant way. To avoid this need for interaction with the native speakers, the Language Exchange Program (ELP) in the current university is Western Australia. First, we implement science. Um, mm, okay. The ELP is designed for students enrolled in a second year Japanese, providing each students with a less one language partner who is a native Japanese speaker, and the opportunity is met at least one a week outside of class. Finish.
O-
Okay?
Okay. Uh, I would like to give a point of view about of this topic. Is a little. In my opinion, when you learn with a native of English, uh, your motivation and inspiration will be greater. Since we you hear the pronunciation, see their mastery of grammar, and quickly reading comparison, it will changes and encourage you to move forward in the learning process and reach new goals. In addition, the classes are usually relaxed and fun, which will make you enjoy them more and see language learning as something pleasant and not as obligation. Um, this is all my part. Some have a point about the sticks or finish this. Uh, and I sorry for moving so much my hands. I do it more by inertia. Uh, well, uh, I think this was very good because it's can used to find spaces that help us improve communication. In addition, to helping us load it make more unit as a group. I think this about this word. Uh, Finish this work or follow talking?
Um,
I consider that finish.
Well,
Okay.
uh,
okay.
Yes.
thank you for the time, for uh, needed and talk about these times. Uh, I I know uh, I have an occupations in the week, and have this time is more important for use for have a more unity of group. I think this work is for this, and for comparison, the learning in the other countries is more important for use how teachers is important, know how to feel in the students, uh, uh, um, she uh, are all other countries. Uh, this is my conclusion. Is so. episode. So short.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, teacher, thank you, partners. For this meeting is finished right now. Bye bye.
Oh,
Okay, thank you. Bye.
The same, thank you.
thank you.
Bye.